Just trying to see if I can use this to get my angles right. I don't think it's going to work. It's Monday morning and I'm not in the studio today because we have a family thing going on. So there's going to be no recording today. What have I got coming up this week? Hopefully hearing from the estate agent as usual, and exam results come out on Thursday, so I might be taking Thursday off as well. But I'm just going to take a nice easy day today and we'll get into things properly tomorrow. Tuesday. How lovely to see you all. This is the actual start to my week now, so we're going to go in and do some planning. This week is mainly about getting the shop up and running, which has been on my to-do list for far too long. So we'll talk about that a little bit when I get in and then see if we can get it to work. All right. So obviously working on the shop, and then I've got a teaching session about penplotters in the afternoon here. It's not the whole afternoon, it starts at 3 o'clock, but it's enough to block out the afternoon. Wednesday afternoon is writing the first draft of the newsletter for next week, so I can be prepared. More shop. Inevitable admin will have arrived by Thursday and Friday, and then editing the week notes Friday there. So that's my week. Very straightforward. Get 3 sessions on working with the shop, which is handy. Let's show you that. And as if by magic, here's the shop logic. So we have my website, where all the products are going to live. We have Stripe, that's going to handle all the payment stuff, and also all the products. We have Kitty, who knows about all the items that belong in my shop. The descriptions, the price, the pictures, the whole lot. And Kitty sends a copy of that to my own website and to Stripe. And it also asks Stripe to generate all the links that you need for each item to take you to the Stripe over here. So when the user hits a buy button on a single item, it takes you over to Stripe that handles all the stuff like taking payments and stuff like that. Now then, people often use Stripe for selling digital goods, and in that case there's an infinite number of them. So on your website you go, here's my LUTs for editing video, or here's my PDF that tells you how to do something. Person hits that buy button, goes to Stripe, they buy it, and then Stripe emails them or lets them download it and all that type of stuff, and you don't need to worry about quantities. But because I'm selling pen plots, of which there's only one of each one, I also need to add this bit here. So when somebody buys something, Stripe does all the stuff, takes the payment, gets all the address, but then behind the scenes it sends a message to my server called a callback that lets it know that a certain item has just been bought, and then we adjust the quantities. So up here we now know that there's one less of that thing, so we can't sell it anymore, and then that actually gets updated with Kitty over here. So this is our full flow, and this bit is the bit that I need to write this week. The rest of this stuff all works. And that is kind of the minimum viable product for what I need to sell things. So there's no shopping cart, you can't load up 3 or 4 items into a cart, I can't do discounts, all of that type of stuff. It's, you see one thing, you want it, you click on the buy button, and then it handles the rest. And I think that's good enough to start off with, because most of the time people are buying just a single thing from me. So I think this will work. Hopefully by the end of the week I will have something up there that people can buy. This is the classic Ghost design that I've had kicking around for ages, and I've shoved it through the pixel shifter that's actually a vertex shifter, vector shifter I guess. So, and it's also outputting 3 different versions. So here's this one, and then this one, and it does all these 3 at the same time, and then we can see them combined into a CYM no K version of it, which is kind of interesting because it's this glitchy effect but applied to an SVG instead of just a normal bitmap. All right. It's 6:30 in the morning. Wednesday, I'm heading into the studio. You might have saw yesterday we did quite a bit of plotting with the sort of glitchy pixel shifting type thing that I talked about last week. Really, I need to focus on the shop today, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Very little pretty stuff to show on video. But what I think I'm going to try to do is do that pixel shifting on the Go shape, like several frames of it, so you can see it moving, and then plot each frame out onto a postcard sized thing, and then do a little flipbook animation so I can actually show what it's doing with pen plotting. So that's the plan today. Each one of those plots is going to take about 45 minutes or something like that. So this is going to be over the next couple of days. I'm going to see if I can get this done. Right, let's get in before it starts raining and do the shop. Alright, so this might take a little while. We've got our classic ghost shape here that we're busy pixel shifting on, or it's SVG shifting, and I'm getting it to write out the frame number and the title, Shifting Ghost, down there, and here's doing all its shifts, and each time it does it, it saves. Let's wait for it to redraw. Right, so down here we have frame 1, frame 2, 3, and you can see it's starting to distort there. So we're up to about here now. I also have all the SVG files that are down here. So you can see those. And they're going to take about 15 minutes to plot, I think. About 20 minutes for the later ones. I'm doing a test one over here. Just to see if all the spacing is right. But yeah, this is kind of fun. Right, little end of day update, because I've got 23 frames of animation, so hopefully if I do a flip between these, like a flip book, I can show what's actually happening, and I'll end up with 23 postcards. This is the very last one that I plotted to make sure it was going to look alright. It kind of works, the ink's a bit thick, but it's good. So yeah, I've got one more over here that's nearly finished, and then I can head home. I hate all of this. You might be able to hear the noise outside. Sorry about that. So what did I want to say? So these videos, these Weeknotes videos, as you know, are really just a video journal for me, for future me to look back at and put things in context. So in a couple of years' time, I can look at all these videos and join the dots between them all to see the journey that I've gone through. And I keep my studio journal as well, and all that goes into the AI, and the transcripts of all these videos go into the AI as part of my arts-based research. What you also know is I've been trying to sell the studio for so long, and there's always been just one more thing, and then it'll be fine. And that's, you've seen over the past 3-4 months, it's been that on a near weekly basis. And we're in the position where there's just one more thing they need to do before it's all fixed, and I've had enough. I've so had enough. I am so over it. Anyway, one of the reasons for selling the studio was to give me this independence, financial independence for a while, to do my arts-based research that I wanted to start in March, and make all the pen plotting tutorials that I wanted to start in March. And that's been dragging on. However, I also have a job offer, which is a really exciting job offer. It's a good job offer. It's something I would want to do anyway, and it's doing really interesting things. And I kind of have a deadline of next Tuesday afternoon around 3 o'clock to make the decision of go down this job route or financial independence by selling the studio. And if it hasn't sold by Tuesday, then I'm probably going to do the job route. I'll still do the tutorials, but I probably won't be able to do the research, and the tutorials will take longer because I'll be doing them in my own spare time. But taking the job is not the worst option. They're both really good choices, and it's a job I'd be tempted to take anyway. So I was just recording this for putting a moment in time, recording a moment in time. This is it. This is the most pissed off I've been about the studio, and believe me, I've been really pissed off. And I'm also trying not to make any bad decisions. Like I said, the job's good, but I need to somehow clear my head and sit down and properly assess what's happening. Anyway, Captain's log, Thursday, I don't know what the date is, 15th? 15th. Thursday 15th. 6:30 in the morning, and what a lovely morning it is. Depending on how I edit it, you've either just seen a short little rant about the sale of the studio or some nice pen plots, depending on what happens with the rest of the day and how I'm feeling when it comes to the edit. I had a little bit more information, which is vaguely positive but very non-committal. So I'm going to go in and continue having trouble focusing today. It's more shop stuff, which isn't interesting to show, but I've got something interesting with the postcards, and hopefully I can put something together with that right now. So here are postcards so far. It's called Shifting Ghost. So the title is written there. That's done with handwriting code, and then they're all numbered so I can tell which order they go in. And here's an early test print here. And the idea I had was to hold them as I walk around town and turn them into an animation. I've just done a test of that, and actually it was kind of rubbish because it's not really an obvious animation. Little bits are moving here or there, and when the background is changing as well, there was just too much going on and you couldn't really see what was happening. So I've got this set up over here, which is my chopping board. Or this, I haven't decided which I'm going to use yet, but by doing this I should be able to line things up properly and then have an overhead sort of shot like that, where the only thing changing is the postcard, and I think that'll do it. Well, that was kind of fun, but it's time to stop now. I'm going to edit the rest of this video, and I wish you all a good weekend. Penplotter's still going over there. Haven't heard from the estate agent quite yet. I'm about to go visit them now to get an update. But yeah, wish me luck. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I love you all. I will see you next time. All right, let's go.